gyrates to the inside of the corner, and that gives everybody else a chance to get past him. Bobby Verdon-Roe safe from Martin Short at the moment, but Short's teammate is sniffing around the back of Ian Flux's car. Flux, the 96 TVR Tuscan Challenge champion, and Verdon-Roe, the 97 champion. This is Chris Lord looking down the inside of the purple car of Matt Doman. And Doman gets spun round. Well, Lord had just avoided hitting a spinner, put somebody else into a spin himself. Number 15, Giles Cooper. Oh, and Cooper's got a problem here. He can't get the car slowed down in time. Hits his rival up the backside, hand out of the cockpit there going, sorry, sorry, sorry. Oops. So he's having a bit of a torrid time of it. So is Bobby Verdon-Roe. Just because he's the reigning champion doesn't mean he gets to run away with all the races. He has to fight just as hard as everybody else. Arm out of the cockpit there for Ian McKellar. Doesn't seem to have slowed down particularly, so not quite sure what was going on there. Looked as though he might have been acknowledging a flag signal maybe. Whatever, Bobby Verdon-Roe is attacking hard. Down the hill they come. He was inside McKellar at Druids, but McKellar had the better line running down the hill and was able to hold him off again. Verdon-Roe very, very close to having a wheel too far inside McKellar there as they came to turn left. But this is a great battle. The cars so close together, under braking and through the corners, that there is disaster almost at every turn, potentially, but they're avoiding any kind of contact. Very easy indeed for Bobby Verdon-Roe to misjudge this and have his wheels still inside McKellar when McKellar's coming over to the apex of a corner. He'd spin out the leader. Of course, he'd inherit the lead very likely, but that's not the way he wants to do it. If he can't beat him fair and square on the road, then second place will have to do it for Bobby Verdon-Roe. But that will only take place, that surrender, as the checkered flag falls on the leader. Until then, and while there's still life in his machine, Bobby Verdon-Roe will take the battle to Ian McKellar. In third place, Martin Short there, the lime green and dark green machine, working his way through the back markers. And Ian Flux falling down the order. So Short and his teammate Phil Hindley are third and fourth at the moment, but Bobby Verdon-Roe now with the most concerted effort up the inside of Ian McKellar. He's ahead. Will he be able to get his nose ahead? Yes, he does. Down the hill, Bobby Verdon-Roe holds the lead, but he's no! McKellar had a great run out of the corner and just managed to out-accelerate him. A little wave there of acknowledgement by McKellar that Verdon-Roe could so easily have had him off had he wanted to. The bottom of the hill, in between steering, braking and changing gear, McKellar just waved his hand to acknowledge Bobby Verdon-Roe's help there in getting through safely. 26 goes off. That's Tim Hood, Swampy he's called, from Leicestershire, riding now with Jamie Campbell-Walter, nickname Not Muffy, I'm reliably informed, as he goes down the inside of the number 33 machine. Phil Hindley, Campbell-Walter of course second in the qualification race, and working his way up the order now. Past Phil Hindley, back marker ahead. Will he be seen? Campbell-Walter can't really take the chance. Wasn't quite close enough to be forced to lunge down the inside anyway. So up the hill they go. This is the right-hand hairpin at Druids. And he's running a little wide from the apex, and that's why, because Phil Hindley was on the inside and Campbell-Walter was giving him room. Now Jamie goes down the outside, but great racing. Gavin Cooper goes around the outside of him. And the battle is just as tight for the lead. They're coming on to their last lap now. Martin Short is closing up on the leaders. Ian McKellar leads it. Bobby Verdon-Roe in second place. Martin Short in third. Ian McKellar yet to win a feature race in the TVR Tuscan Championship, the ex-Hot Rod World Champion. Behind him he's got Bobby Verdon-Roe, the reigning champion. He's also a former single-seater champion in Formula Renault. He raced in Formula 3 and in the British Touring Car Championship as a privateer before he worked his way into this TVR drive that has been so successful for him. Martin Short in third place in his fourth year in the TVR series after 4 years of rover racing in one-make championships and a whole host of other saloon antics. So very different backgrounds, but the same overriding competitiveness. And Ian McKellar wins his first ever TVR Tuscan Challenge feature race at Brands Hatch. Bobby Verden-Rowe, the reigning champion, a close second. And he and Martin Short applaud as McKellar takes the honours. So victory for McKellar from Verden-Rowe, and the championship still in the hands of last year's winner, Bobby Verden-Rowe. Round 5 of the TVR Tuscan Challenge at Oulton Park. The car's second visit to the Cheshire circuit, but they're using the shorter Foster's Loop this time, which should mean more exciting racing, if such a thing is possible. On pole position, the Fernhurst Motorco car of Ed Sharp. He's a protege of one-time TVR racer Jerry Marshall. Marshall has raced just about everything with rear-wheel drive and a big engine. And alongside him, Londoner Mark Preston. This is his best qualifying showing of the season so far. Troy Dunlop, computer design engineer and one-make saloon racer as was, lines up third from Darren Dowling, the Watford builder, another ex-saloon man in fourth. We take the start with Gavin Cooper, the number 9 machine. Cooper's been great in qualifying races. He won at Oulton Park and in Brands Hatch in the Q race, and a blistering start from the Barclays Mercantile car. Very nearly found a way through there into the lead in the first corner. Riding with Ed Sharp, the pole man being passed now by Rod Gretton and by number 12, Neil Anderson, the TVR engineer who does some development work by racing these cars. Lucky man. But out front, it's Troy Dunlop from Mark Preston and our camera car, Gavin Cooper, making contact with Preston there. Preston holds a big slide. And now the pole man, look at him all the way down the field there. We're riding behind him with Neil Anderson. Anderson is 12th, Ed Sharp is 11th, but that may yet change. What a disaster for Sharp. Troy Dunlop rides the curbs on the way into Druids. He's leading comfortably now from Gavin Cooper, and Mark Preston has dropped down the order. Cooper is up into second, look at him, but Troy Dunlop has really made the break. The two yellow cars, Darren Dowling with the blue stripe across the nose and Mark Preston, and then Tim Hood going down the inside of the second Barclays car of Steve Hyde, and more overtaking manoeuvres into Dear Elite there, but Troy Dunlop is running away with this one. Gavin Cooper in second. Then Dowling and Tim Hood looking inside Mark Preston this time. Grant Troman's there, number 19, with Rod Gretton right behind him. They're 8th and 9th. But Gavin Cooper charging hard ahead of this battle for third. Dowling with Preston now around the outside in the all-yellow 55. He cuts back to the inside. Tim Hood right behind him, then Steve Hyde, the white and orange car, David Hutchinson, then Grant Tromans and Rod Gretton, and behind them Ed Sharp. And Sharp has still got Neil Anderson trying to come by him. So the pole man is down in 9th place. He's been passed by just about all of the front runners now. Neil Anderson works at the TVR factory in Blackpool as a development engineer and out learning a bit more about the cars as Darren Dowling fights off Preston and Hood. And Tim Hood going inside Mark Preston there. Oh, and there's contact. They're off into the barriers and there's no room there. No room at all to run off at Dear Leap, especially on damp grass, and it is damp. And the cars are absolutely shattered against the barriers, and another big accident. David Hutchinson makes contact with Steve Hyde. It's carnage as Rod Gretton hits Giles Cooper. The number 15 machine's off as well. There's Cooper. Oh dear, insult to injury. Steve Hyde rolls back into him. Well, there's David Hutchinson's car, and he won't be able to see a thing. Trying desperately to look out of the shattered bonnet. Well, two cars off and needing a tow there as the leader comes under pressure. Troy Dunlop now with Gavin Cooper right behind him, and Cooper's car with that pink rear end, that's a legacy of a practice off, destroying the back bodywork of his car. But look at this, the battle for the lead is very, very close. Will everybody's car be out of the way though, or are there going to be yellow flags all around the circuit? Gavin Cooper will have to be very, very careful. There's a stationary yellow at Dear Leap, no overtaking down the inside. Sees it just in time. Jeremy Rollison there, 39 and 34, Matt Doman, just avoiding changing places under yellows. But here are the leaders. They've got past the danger areas. Well, at least for Troy Dunlop, but he makes a mistake going into Foster's. And this is a chance for Gavin Cooper. Twice a winner in qualifying races already. Oh, he had his nose inside. That was so close. And I can't believe that David Hutchinson is still going and keeping cars behind him. We ride with Neil Anderson now. He's ahead of Ed Sharp. He's got Rod Gretton right in front. And again at Druids. This is mighty brave stuff. Number 9, Gavin Cooper, really pushing Troy Dunlop. all over the roads. He attacks the leader. Dunlop on the brakes. Is Cooper looking to the inside? Yes, he is. Oh, that's very close. Just the tiniest little touch there, but they both got away with it. This is fantastic racing from the pair of them. Troy Dunlop hasn't won a race this year. Gavin Cooper twice a winner at Oulton Park earlier in the season when they came here, and at Brands Hatch as well in the quali race, and he just gives a little wave out of the window there as he goes past Troy Dunlop. Riding with Neil Anderson. He's just behind Rod Crescent. Oh, and this time Hutchison loses it. Rod Crescent hits him. Anderson's on the grass. Oh, is he going to keep the car in one piece? Yeah, no. Oh, dear, it all went round, and a big impact. Twice he gets thumped, 3 times. Oh, dear, that is a big accident. There are cars off everywhere. Well, as the chairman threads his way safely through, the damaged car coming towards the camera, Alex Garner, Stephen Radcliffe and Chris Lord were also off there, but the leaders escaped. And now they are so far ahead, there is just no chance of anybody catching them. So this is a battle between Troy Dunlop and Gavin Cooper. But the question is, what will they find when they get to the end of the straight and turn into Old Hall? Yellow flags and cars off everywhere. And there's Stephen Radcliffe out of the car without injury. Well, largely without injury. The crutch straps seem to have stopped him going under the steering, but have taken their toll, so to speak. On the right-hand side there, red flags being shown along with the yellow flag at the marshal's post. The race has been stopped, and that's hardly a surprise, really. And, oh dear, there. Alex Garner, another one to be suffering the effects of a very short, sharp halt to the car. Number 12 there, Neil Anderson's car, largely wrecked. There's Chris Law's machine as well. Let's have a look at the first of those incidents. Back at the turn-in and down into Deerleap. Contact between 26 on the inside, Tim Hood, and 55 on the outside, Mark Preston. And the car's jinking off to the left. And a very substantial impact into the barriers, just right at the end of the protective tyre wall there. Well, neither of those cars obviously going to finish the race. And here we go, off. Rod Gretton, the pink car in the middle. It was really the spin of David Hutchinson, the kangaroo car there, that started it all. And down at the bottom of the picture there, Neil Anderson trying desperately to hold it together on the wet grass. Across the track, he gets cannoned into by 2 or 3 cars, and the rest of the pack left with nowhere to go. Looking back from Ed Sharp. Big puff of smoke there, as he just avoids the pink car of Rod Gretton. Some of the others get through, and then expect to see carnage breaking out behind. There is Neil Anderson coming back across the track. 1, 2, 3 cars at least hitting him. So an awful lot of work for the crews to do. This is only the qualifying race, remember. There is still a main race yet to come. Frantic work to ready the car for a restart that didn't come. The race result was declared after 4 laps when Troy Dunlop was still ahead. His first win of the year, therefore. Martin Short, the boss of the Roll Centre team that runs the 2 Mole Valley Motorsport green TVRs, takes pole position, and his teammate alongside. It's a Roll Centre lockout for the first time in TVR history. Phil Hindley, the number 33, there he is, second on the grid. Third quickest in qualifying was Jamie Campbell-Walter. That's where he starts in the lineup. And Steve Cole, Liverpool butty shop owner, starts in 4th. The fastest 9 qualifiers didn't go into the qualification race. So starting in 10th is the winner of that, Troy Dunlop. And right behind him is Gavin Cooper. Now, Gavin Cooper made a stunning start in the qualifying race. Let's see if he can insert himself in the gap between Dunlop to his left there and McKellar to his right. No, he can't. He misses a gear. Oh, disaster. No time for hitting yourself on the head there, because he's dropping down the order. There he is, right in the middle of the pack, while the leaders safely through. 2 wheels on the grass for Ed Sharp. Oh no, it's 4. Ed Sharp goes off. Martin Short leads them down the hill. Oh, formation spinning. That's Troy Dunlop and Michael Caine, and 2 more off as well. Darren Dowling, the yellow car, and David Hutchinson not having a good time at Oulton Park. He goes off as well in sympathy. Well, cars to avoid everywhere at the bottom of the hill at Foster's.